Welcome back, Plug Nation. Today we've got a very important video, so you already know I don't like to waste any time. Whatever you gotta do, make sure that like button is blue. Hit that subscribe button if you're new, and let's get into the news. So Wajplug went to Twitter and he said, when is the last time you played 2K? Yesterday, a few days ago. I haven't been on in a week now. I want you all to let me know in the comment section down below, when is the last time that you played NBA 2K22? Anyway, IQ Contained went to Twitter and this is what he said. I love the Tiger reward, but can we please get a patch to keep them on the sidelines? So I don't know if that was a rare glitch that happened, but that has to be fixed. I was watching someone stream that had a para on and it kept flying right in front of the camera during the game. I don't know if that was some glitch either, but that's got to go. Anyway, he then said 2K has never been the same since we've had to play on split generations, and man, that is tough. I feel the exact same way. I wish we were all able to play the same game. Everybody is so divided between 4 different consoles now, and it's a sad reality that we have to face at the moment. If you're trying to grow, it's a lot harder because viewership is very divided. Anyway, Shoot said, if the 2K community ain't all on one damn game next year, I might just lose it. Then Dignify went to Twitter and said, when is the next 2K where you think it'll be just one game? I'm thinking 2K24, and that is my guess as well, that 2K24 is going to be the first game where we're back all on one game again. I think 2K should do exactly what they've done in the past. They max out the last gen stats, all the performance that it can do, but give us the same exact game. So the graphics are way watered down on the last gen console, but it's the same game that people are playing on next gen. You see what I'm saying? So I really hope that that's what they do, but that also made me think that next year for 2K23 is the absolute perfect time to bring in crossplay. Now, of course, if they don't, fix the whole PC hacker modder situation, then we shouldn't have that. What I mean by crossplay is just PlayStation and Xbox coming together, and 2K can do this. We know that 2K is able to do this. The problem is they have to spend money, and there's no reason for them to spend money to do that when they make more and more money every year. That's the sad reality of a business, and there's no reason for them to take these risks when they're every year making more and more money. So speaking of making more money, this is another way that they've been able to accomplish that. Double H said, just made a new next gen build, time to spend 250,000 VC to get him to 85 overall. Cannot believe more people don't complain about the inflation of the build. So on 2K22 next gen, if you don't have the game, it does cost a bit more to max out a build. It costs, I think, around $25 more to fully max out a build versus on current gen, maybe about 35 in total, and that's just crazy. That's a lot of money. Think about if you are, the regular 2K Park player who makes a few builds every year, that money adds up a lot. Anyway, Swante went to Twitter and he said, fix your gameplay. Driving dunks and layups are way too slow, especially on current gen, like it's really bad. Now, I don't know if he means on like next gen, because now current gen is actually last gen and next gen is actually current gen. I don't know. I still get it messed up from time to time too. But Cole the Man also went to Twitter and he said, there's no paint defense in 2K22. Turn off real player percent shooting. It bails terrible players out. Remove the sniper badge. This game could be great. Now, I do think that the gameplay could be a bit better on 2K22. I wouldn't say it's perfect. I wouldn't say it's bad. I wouldn't say it's great. I would categorize it as good. Like I've said over and over, I just think it has a lot of inconsistencies, and if that could be fixed, the gameplay could be quote unquote great. Now, paint defense on current gen is definitely one of them, on last gen. But I think the problem here is, once again, that we should all be on one game, because in the beginning of the year, before these games came out, we were told that the gameplays were going to be very similar. And at first they kind of did feel that way, but now I definitely know from playing next gen Pro-Am and stuff that the gameplay was meant for next gen, and it's a lot different compared to current gen. The defense is way better. You have much more control over your player, all that stuff. So what I'm saying is, if they're to fix something like paint defense on current gen, they're probably going to patch something like that on next gen, and I don't know. What I'm saying is, every single thing they do is probably going to be for both games, which can really mess one up. Like, I believe in the beginning of the year on next gen, steals were definitely pretty OP, like when the game first came out, right? They did the first patch, that's all they had to do. But because of that patch, what they did on next gen, it made play shots be unrippable on last gen, and they're still rippable, to this day. You have to get the perfect blitz, but what I'm saying is they dribble through you all the time, and it's very annoying. It's something that should not happen. So that's why we should just have one game. Now, trust me, I'm not saying 2K18 was a great game, but they did it perfectly with the scenario I'm talking about on having the same game. On PS3, it was the exact exact same game, except for you just had really bad graphics, and that's what they should do in 2K23 or 2K24. And if they don't do that for 2K23, fine, give us crossplay, give us something. Anyway, PowerDF went to Twitter. He said a lot. You guys know he's very opinionated, and he said, "We took 2K21 for granted. It was not the best game, but those wagers every night, a community who cared. I wish I had them back. A legend reward that mattered, and a level grind that felt rewarding. I wish I had those back too. I thought 21 was bad, but 22 is proof it can always get worse." And for the record, I'm not one of those people who say this every year, but for the first time ever, really missed some of the basic features 21 had. They took away what made Park. And I agree with him, except for the I miss 2K21, because in my opinion 2K22 is a way better game. It's just what's around it. The gameplay itself is way better than 2K21 in my opinion. It's just there's like a very small amount of events and the parrot reward, you know, there's no legend reward, stuff like that. And it's crazy that we're missing out on all these very simple things that we've had every single year. So I see what he's saying by I miss those very simple things that made Park, but at the same time, man, I don't know. It's just tough because it's like you can never get exactly what you want. And I understand that a lot of people only get on to play basketball, but there's also a lot of people that only get on really to get these level rewards and grind that out. They actually care more about the rewards than even playing the game for a lot of people. And then there's people that only get on, they play rec or they play pro-am for like an hour or two, you know, then they get off. That is fine. There's always different perspectives, and that's what we have to understand in the 2K community. Everyone's going to have different opinions based on what they do. Now, Solo DF went to Twitter, and this is what he said. 2K should make it so that in Season 5, people can hit Legend 2 and unlock a new reward, and so on with every season. The parrot was so underwhelming for Legend. I hope they go in and fix things mid-year because they can, rather than waiting for 2K23. So yes, new Legend rewards would be amazing for the game. It would definitely save the game. Now, what I mean by that, because like I was just saying, everyone has a different perspective. If you get on and you only play basketball for basketball, that's completely fine. But I'm talking about viewership on 2K. It's definitely at a record low. And I'm not talking about compared to when we were all inside and the pandemic and stuff like that. I'm talking about even before that. The proof is in the numbers that the views are down compared to previous years. Now, LuckDF replied to that, and he said, "I agree. Even though when it comes to Legend, I want my rewards instantly. I grinded to Legend, and I'm not trying to grind the game any more than I have to already. Would be cool though, especially since we got a damn parrot." And Double H said the chances of this happening might be less than 1%. So let's just pray, man, that in Season 5, 2K has something up their sleeve that is another Legend reward, and people will be excited to grind and play the game for those reasons. Anyway, it's your boy BashPlug. You've been plugged in. Make sure to drop a like if you haven't yet. Hit that subscribe button if you're new. Remember to comment and leave your opinion on this video, and I'm out. Peace.